Hey beautiful humans, I wanted to do a quick video on this Healy device. Frequency for wellness and thriving, epically vibing, that's our Facebook group, epically vibing frequencies for wellness and thriving. If that's not a tongue twister, I don't know what is. I wanted to share how I've been using this device for pain more recently. It's actually really epic. So when I first got it, I was using it more for like emotional and mental balancing, general like rebalancing and homeostasis, which is kind of like equilibrium or bringing our body back into equilibrium. Yeah, more generally. Then I moved on to using these sticky pads. I'll show you my little Healy bag here. You can put there's cords that plug into this, and you can stick these sticky pads on a local point. So for example, when we were in lockdown in New Zealand, I had really tight like muscles down the middle of my back, and my shoulders were really tense, and I was doing a lot of work online all day, and I guess I might have been hunching my shoulders, don't know. Wasn't able to go to the physio because we were in lockdown, blah blah blah. And so what I was experimenting with is putting a sticky pad on either side of like a couple of inches apart on the top of my shoulders, and I'd run a 20-minute chronic pain program, and then I would move the sticky pads to like maybe vertically, you know, a little bit apart, or like out further onto my shoulders, and delivering the frequencies direct to these kind of localized points, and then again running the chronic pain programs. I noticed that when doing this, or after doing this, the tension and the like slight dull throbbing that I had before disappeared. Another thing that I've used the sticky pads and the chronic pain program for, no, it wasn't chronic pain, it was joints and bones program, was I do boxing, and I obviously jarred my wrist a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh damn, like I won't be able to go to boxing on Thursday. But instead I stuck a sticky pad on one side of my wrist and the other kind of like here, a little bit apart of where the discomfort was. I ran a joints and bones program. The pain didn't go away that day, but I woke up the next day and I had no more pain, and I was able to go to boxing the following day. Like, what the actual heck. Another way I've been using the pain program is, or the sticky pad programs on the Healy for pain, is period pain. So my last couple of periods have been quite painful and uncomfortable on the first day, which is actually unlike me, and it's very much my nature to go at the root cause of what is causing that. So I still am going to work with a practitioner to figure that out, because there's obviously stuff to do with my hormones and my body that are out of whack, and I don't want that to be the case. So on that note, the Healy is like, yes, it's getting rid of pain on the spot, but if there's something driving the pain, like go seek what the answer of that is. Sorry, this is the landline. It's my dad's phone ringing. So I always encourage people to go try and find the root cause of the challenge, rather than just using the Healy for like symptom relief. But in saying that, some people have had challenges their whole life, and if the Healy is your symptom relief for the rest of your life and it works, why is that a bad thing, you know? And also, some people aren't willing to go deep to the root cause of their period pain and see the practitioners, or they might not be able to afford to, or they don't want to do the thing that it takes to get the results to rebalance their hormones or whatever. So there's so many layers to this, but the point is that I guess what I'm saying is, yes, symptom treat and get the pain away, and also if there's a problem, address the actual problem. And also the root cause could be the imbalance at a cellular level, which the Healy's targeting anyway, so you're killing two birds with one stone. You know, I might have just jarred my wrist in a funny angle, and there's inflammation, and then the frequency being delivered to the cells, etc., the joints and bones, whatever, reduces the inflammation, and then my body self-heals, you know. So it could be as simple and as complex as that. So I put the sticky pads on my womb, on my lower belly, when I had period pain. I ran a 20-minute chronic pain program. There is a menstrual pain program, but I always forget about it. I haven't used it yet. And then I ran a 1 hour or 50-minute gold cycle program called Release. No pain. Like literally the period pain disappeared, and I was able to show up to a webinar that I had that night that I really didn't want to go on to because I was feeling so horrible, but it just went. Another one is my mum's hip has been sore for a long time. She put, again, we stuck the sticky pad to her butt. She pulled her pants down in the kitchen and I stuck it to her butt, and we ran a chronic pain program on her hip, and then the next day the pain was gone. My dad and his knee, he's had many operations on his knees and knee replacements, and he's in his 80s. We put the joint and bone program on either side of his knee. Again, the pain didn't go away that night, but he woke up the next morning and it was gone. I've done a video of this before. So these are just some of the results that I'm getting, my family's getting, with the pain programs for the Healy using sticky pads. There is so many more. I'll put the link below in the Healy Experience group. There's like over 30,000 people in that group now. When I went in there in April, there was I think 1,000, so it's a little bit bigger. There's lots of cool testimonials. Go get lost in there. And if pain is something that you, lastly, if it's something that you struggle with and could do with support in that area, let me know and I can share with you about the Healy. But lastly, I've been using these on my hip flexors. So I don't know about you guys, but when I work out, I get really tight hip flexors, and it's to do with my back and spine and my glute tightness and hamstring flexibility, or lack thereof. I'm working on it. So it's all intertwined, it's all interconnected. So there is a cause for my hip flexor tightness, and I try and stretch as much as I can, but also, you know, we're human. Stretching is not very fun and it's boring and it hurts. So I maybe don't stretch as much as I should. But I've been trialing putting these pads, and I'm literally going to do it now, sticky pads on my groin, like over my hip flexor area, every single day, or like as much as I can, once a day. Because I work out around about twice a week, and I've noticed that when I'm running the chronic pain program on my hip flexor area through the sticky pads, I'm not getting as tight hip flexors, and I can go and do my squats and my things at boxing and Pilates and and it's not really hurting and like getting to the point where the hip flexors are like really grizzly and really like annoyed. So that's my last story. So thanks for listening. Give me a PM if this feels exciting to you as it is to me. And so much love and wellness and vibing with frequencies and thriving and all the things.